Thanks for staying for sports. And Saturday, a big one in Bozeman, first of the Montana State men's basketball team. They won and are out to their first 6-0 start in conference play in 34 years. Even in high school, the Bozeman Hawk boys took down top-ranked Great Falls, women winning on the road. But on a damper note, Coach Jeff Choate had one last Zoom call with the media before he leaves for Texas. The news first broke by multiple sources on Friday that Choate accepted a coaching position with Steve Sarkisian with the Longhorns. He'll be the linebackers coach for the first-year head coach moving over from Alabama, and he says while the opportunity was too good for him to pass up, it's hard to explain how much Bobcat Nation has meant to him over the past 5 years.
I'd say it's been a hell of a ride. This place has embraced our family, and it's been awesome. And no matter where I go, what I do, I will always be able to say, I never lost to Montana.
You won't be able to tell the history of the Brawl of the Wild without Coach Jeff Choate and his teams going 4 for 4 against the Grizz. Also, defensive coordinator Kane Ione is also leaving Bozeman. He's going back to his alma mater, Boise State. Meanwhile, in Missoula, the Montana Lady Grizz capped off the series sweep over the Sac State Hornets this weekend with a 66-63 nail-biting victory on Saturday morning. Montana gets its first conference sweep this season after Abby Anderson's go-ahead layup in the game's final seconds. She dropped 14 points, one of 4 double-digit scores for Montana. Carmen Gfeller once again led the squad with a near double-double of 18 points and 8 boards. On the other end, she provided 3 blocks and 2 steals, and overall, the Lady Grizz out-rebounded Sac State 51-39. And so despite multiple lead changes and shooting just 1 of 13 from beyond the arc, Montana found its groove to remain unbeaten at home.
We just kind of came together and said, hey, we're a composed team. We've prepared for this. How many times have we been in close games this year? Like, we've prepared for it many times. So I think we were just like, this is our game. We just got to have a strong finish, know their strengths, and they didn't get really any good shots at the end. So that was key for us.
We'll learn from this. You know, anytime you can have success and still have some teachable moments, that's great. And this team is still growing. We have a great growth mindset. I love this group. I think that we're working well, and I think we got to keep moving forward and learn from this.
Up next week, it's the Brawl of the Wild, and we'll have you covered with both the men and the women on SWX Montana. In the Frontier Conference, we had some good games yesterday between Carroll College and Montana Tech. The men's game featured 2 of the best in the state in Montana Tech's Sindo Diallo and Carroll College's Jovan Silvankanen. The Saints fell to Montana Tech in the 2 previous matchups this year, but on Saturday night, Carroll would win handedly 88-70. Fighting Saints recorded 26 assists on 33 baskets. Sophomore Dennis Flowers III led all scorers with 23 points. Silvankanen added 21. Saints improved to 8-5 overall and move into second in the Frontier Conference standings. As for the women in Helena, well, they once again would win in dominant fashion. Fighting Saints blow out Montana Tech 79-42 with 12 players scoring a basket. Danny Wagner had a game-high 14 points as Carroll improves to 14-2 this season. Both Carroll teams winning again against Montana Tech on Sunday afternoon. And well, this week was a historic one for girls wrestling. Of course, this is the first season that it is a sanctioned sport for the MHSA. Normally, girls always wrestling against boys, but you had the first ever solo duel between Butte and Billings Senior for women. And on Thursday in Shepherd, Riley Nagel witnessed a historic event as we had an all-girls mixer, allowing each one to see where they stack up in the state.
Girls wrestling is here to stay, and we got to have more competitions like this to build it and keep it going.
35 girls from 9 different schools met at Shepherd High Thursday for Montana's first girls wrestling mixer.
They're not going to see any of the boys that they've been wrestling all year, and so it's important to see how they match up against other girls in their weight class.
Head coach for Shepherd Wrestling, Brian Reichenbach, has been coaching for 14 years and understands what the new sanction means for the future of women's wrestling.
When your friends are doing it, it's easier for you to come out as opposed to, hey, if I'm by myself, I don't know if I want to. But now that it's a group of us that are wrestling, and now we can show, hey, some of these younger girls, hey, you can come out and wrestle too.
Excited to see this many girls actually show up. I'm excited to see more girls wrestling, and I've been wrestling guys my whole life, so seeing more girls into the wrestling is like amazing.
The 103 wrestler for Shepherd, Leanne Hotch, has been wrestling since she was in kindergarten
I like doing the firemen's, and that or my doubles.
and was just one win away from placing in the state tournament last year.
Oh, that was fun. I was the only girl in my division to make it to state.
Now, the young athlete can see how she'll match up against other girls at Montana's upcoming all-girls state tournament.
I'm hoping that everything goes well for the girls and they actually keep getting more girls, and I'm just going to be very excited to see more girls wrestling.
For SWX, I'm Riley Nagel.
Finally, it's time for the SWX Hit Play of the Week.
The SWX Hit Play of the Week is brought to you by American Auto Body.
Billings Senior and Skyview Girls Bronx looking for a bucket in transition, but check out the block from Brooke Berry. Here it is again, the Falcons Junior sending it right off the backboard, and her chase down block deserving of the SWX Hit Play of the Week. And for those of you in Billings, tomorrow we'll have the Super 8 Plays of the Week. That is your check on sports. We're right back after this.